Okay, we're now live. I'll give YouTube a few minutes to notify everybody and let us know that we are here. See if I can hear. Yellow. Okay. Yeah, I can hear everybody. All right. I'll give them a few minutes. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Uh, this is this is I think maybe the I don't know, maybe the third or fourth week of this coronavirus. Or the government shutdown, the worst economics ever in the history of the world, as they say. I can't tell over here in Clayton, North Carolina. Matter of fact, I am dead tired. I'm at the point where I think I'm gonna take a day off tomorrow. Be honest, I'm gonna take a day off tomorrow and kind of just shoot some videos and just relax because I am just beat. Um, Only thing that's really bad with me in this scenario, I thought maybe I could grow my hair back during this time, so I decided I wasn't going to get any haircuts and try to see if my hair would grow back, but it's not going to happen. So I might have to go to Walmart or somewhere and buy me some clippers. My hair is not going to come back. Is worse than ever. It's not going to grow good on the sides, but the top is not going to do anything. So I'm going to accept defeat on top of my hair and just go ahead and cut it myself. But other than that, the appliance repair business is doing very, very well. We got the garage doors up and ready. I got videos I've been shooting with those, and that's probably what I'll do tomorrow. I'll sit down and start editing them some. I'm not gonna edit them all next week, and I have the garage door courses up and running on the 20th of this month. So on the 20th, I'm gonna release them. So everybody who's been emailing me, the people who are grandfathered in, you won't see anything now until the 20th. After the 20th, when I release the garage doors, and then you'll actually see it. And yes, you don't have to pay for it. You're grandfathered in. Those that are grandfathered in, you'll have it on the 20th. You can go ahead if you're not grandfathered in and you want to get it. You can pre-order it now. The pre-order is $250. You purchase it now, you'll have them. If you don't and you wait, the price is going to go up. It's going to go up to $500. And the garage doors is going to be the same thing. I've done with the appliance repair. I'm going to teach you how to actually market it, how to go out and get contracts, how to actually install them, how to repair them, everything, how to actually price your services. So everything I've done with the appliances, I'm doing the same thing with the garage doors. And I've done the garage doors for a long time. Matter of fact, when I first got started, like I said, I started my business during the supposedly the worst. I figured it was the worst time in the world. I thought it was a lot worse than this. It was during the .com burst, and I was coming from being an engineer, had lost my job, just built a new house, just had our first son, and I was dead broke and didn't have a job. So that's when I started this business, Sneed Electrical and Appliance. I was doing electrical, I was doing appliances, and I was doing garage doors. I was doing everything. Anything somebody was paying me, I was doing it. And I was very successful at all three trades. And I had a lot of employees, and that allowed me to actually retire. I was retired. I started my business when I was about 27, 28. I was retired by the time I was 30. By the time I was 30, I was pretty much retired. I could do whatever, and I had a good life from then all the way to now. My life is still good. I was talking to someone today, and he was telling me, right now, he was telling me things are just in a turmoil for him. And he said, right now, everybody's having a hard time. I said, nah, I'm not. My life is good. I'm not having a hard time. I having some of the best time of my life right now. Being able to work with my son, work with my daughters, work with my wife, building this ice cream parlor, and working with all the good people I'm seeing through Appliance Boot Camp, seeing them start their business. I'm having a good time, be honest. So once again, I want to thank everybody for joining in. We're gonna go ahead today and get started in the topic. And the topic we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna talk about website SEO, building your own website versus buying leads. On another forum, I was having a discussion with some other appliance business owners and stuff, and they had applied for this what they call the PPE, or the government loan stimulus for businesses and stuff. And for some reason, they thought they were going to get their money. Some people I saw got some money, but there a lot of people was in there. Some people were in there upset, want to know when they were going to get their money, and they didn't have any money. And I was asking them, I said, you're appliance people, why you don't have any money? Uh, uh, Especially this time, because appliance repair is booming. And some of them told me they elected to sit at home because the government told them not to go anywhere. That was crazy. And they instead of them going out and making their own money, they're putting their hopes into writing a letter to the government, hoping that the government come pay them their stimulus package in time for them to be able to make payroll, or be able to I guess pay their bills and stuff. And be honest, they've probably been better. They've probably been a better they could have spent that time better, actually, just probably writing to the Easter Bunny, hoping that the Easter Bunny bring them some stimulus checks, or bring them some money this weekend coming up. Because if you waiting on the government to bring it, you're gonna be in trouble. I filled out the paperwork just to go through the process, and if I get some money, hey, I ain't gonna turn it down. But I'm definitely not waiting on it, and I'm more sure not depending on it, thinking they're gonna get it. If I get it, sure. If I don't, who cares? I'm just doing it to go through the process. I really don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it at all. I don't need that money at all. I don't need the $1,200 they're gonna give, and I don't need the 10,000 that they might give out. I'm fine. So I couldn't believe that these business owners were saying they were having a hard time with appliance repair, and and I'm still because some of them I saw had some bigger companies. I still don't understand why they would actually be having a hard time, but evidently they are. Let me see if I'm still up and running. Um, yeah, we up and running. Evidently they're having a hard time with their appliance repair. I think a lot of it have to do with what we're talking about today. Building your own website where you can actually pull your own customers and get your own clients coming off, versus going through a lead generator or buying leads. Now, what a lead generator is somebody like if you can hear me, put a one in the comments. I don't see that it's moving. Okay, yeah, it's moving now. Okay, you like those little lag. Okay, a lead generator. That's somebody like a home advisor, service pro, uh, appliance repairman. Also, to a certain extent, it's going to be also the third party warranty companies. Third party warranty companies are somewhat of a lead generator. You're not paying for the actual lead, but you're doing the service at a small at a lesser rate than you would if you were actually doing it for yourself. And plus, you don't own those customers. A third party warranty company will tell you that they are your customers. The people that you're going to their house, they're not your customers, but the third party warranty is your customers. So what happens when you go through those people? It has pros and cons. And what you do, you're paying those people when you go out there and do it at a discounted rate, or you go out there and you actually pay for leads. You're actually giving them money to actually come inside your actual market area and actually market and pull customers and compete against your company. They're actually pulling leads, organic leads and stuff that you ordinarily would have. Third party warranties, before they became really big back in the day, a lot of times with as us as home as appliance repairmen, we would actually sell warranties ourselves. We would actually sell people warranties where they paid us a monthly fee to go out and perform maintenance on their to go out and do service. They'll pay a monthly fee. I could charge property management companies a monthly fee to go out and do preventive maintenance, and I will give them a discounted rate to actually go out and fix their appliances. So I got money coming in every month from those guys prior to the third party warranties popping in. When the third party warranties popped in, that pretty much eliminated being able to sell service contracts. We call them service contracts or service agreements to property management companies and stuff. But once the third party warranty came in, that kind of it done away with that. So they actually did take that market share from us. So when you do that, you actually give them more power and more resources to actually compete against your company. There, like I said, there's pros and cons to it. The pros to the using a lead generator or buying leads. It's cheap. A lot of times it's cheaper to get started into business with it, because a lot of times with third party warranty, all you need is just your insurance, and you up and going. You don't, and the other thing about it, you don't have to have any marketing knowledge. You don't need to know how to market to actually do it. They know how to market, and they take care of all the marketing for you. And you don't even have to have a website, and they'll keep calls coming to you all the time. And all you doing is then just going out and actually, you actually really just going out doing the repairs, and they're actually feeding you the calls. All right. The cons about that, because they know all the marketing and they have the websites to actually pull people in. Um, they own the reach. When I say reach, that means they own the avenue of which the customers are coming in, via websites, or however they're doing their marketing through third party warranties, or through what we'll call direct mail or whatever. They own that. They own the reach, and sometimes and then they own the website that people are coming to, and sometimes they even own the phone number that people call. So what happened at any time, if you all come to a place where y'all not in agreement anymore, they can actually just cut you off and put somebody else in your spot, and you're totally dead, because those calls and stuff, they still got them coming in, and they can just funnel them to the next person, and you're totally dead after all that money you spent with them and stuff, all the service calls and all the years you've been running calls with them. They can just drop you off at a moment's notice, and you're stuck. And I think that's what's happening to a lot of these appliance companies that I'm seeing popping up, where they're saying, "Hey, I'm not getting any calls. My calls are actually dropped off. People are not sending me any calls." I think what happened, they actually might be using lead generators, or some other form of some other avenue where they haven't organically built in their own reach and their own websites to actually pull their own customers in. Because if they are pulling their own customers in, regardless of the circumstances, their customers, and your reach is still going to be there. So, and like I was telling them, just because the government says they want to have a quarantine, self quarantine, the appliances don't care nothing about that. These refrigerators, microwave, dryers, dishwashers, people at home, and they're using them 3 times as much as they normally will. They'll drop. I think I told somebody, I think the appliances done caught the coronavirus, because they dropping out like like flies. I mean, so many service calls are coming in. It is ridiculous, because these appliances just can't take the use that they're getting now. Where people have came in, told them they got to sanitize everything. So now the dishwashers, they're running them, and they're running them on the sanitize, and they got to actually have the heater element running all the time. It's burning out control boards. It's burning out heater elements. It's burning out the wires, washers and dryers. They're telling people as soon as you come in the house, you need to wash your clothes. So now, if somebody was doing maybe 3 loads a week, now they're doing a load every time somebody walk in the house. When the husband walk in, they run in the washer. When the kids come in, they run in the washer. When the wife come in, they run in the washer, and they run in the dryers nonstop all day long. They're breaking. So like I told them, I said, if you what's call if you're in appliance repair business right now, you should be booming. And then they said, well, the people, some people told me they live in a lot of people. I'm getting a lot of people saying, hey, the people are not calling me. It's kind of dried up. Most of them are in what we call liberal states. The liberal states, I'm finding out, or liberal cities, they seem the tendency to listen a lot more to the government. They don't push their feet in as much. So those people are listening and saying, don't go nowhere, don't have nobody in your house. So they saying nobody's calling. Well, okay, if they're not calling now, like I say, if you've been in business 1 or 2 years, and if you've done it right, you should, as much money in cash as the appliance repair business kicks off, you should have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses stored up, especially if you listen to me. Uh, Eventually, the dam is going to open back up. It's going to get to a point where they're going to say, "Man, forget this. We got to move on. It's time to get up and go." When they do that, now you're going to have a overflow of work coming in, so you're going to be able then to recoup your money back quicker, and you're going to be working twice as hard. So now that's why it's imperative that you have that 3 to 6 months of living expenses. And if you got employees, you need to have 3 to 6 months of payroll and stuff of your expenses of your business to make it through this time. Because what happened, as soon as the down break, you don't want to lay people off. And then next week the down break, and you don't have anybody to go out here and service people. So now, if like I'm doing here, no, I don't really have anybody. I got one or two subs, but the subs are tired. They're at the point where they say, hey, they need a break. But I got a couple of young guys that's helping me around the shop and stuff. So what I do, I just until I get ready to do go harder at work, I just have them do little stuff that I'll push off, clean out the truck, wash the trucks off, go organize your truck, pull off the parts that you're not using, and see if you can sell them on eBay. All that stuff. You go there and you do that type of stuff and keep people around, and you got enough to sustain the company for 3 to 6 months. And then once the dam open back up, hey, you back ready to go. But what happened, these guys, I don't know what they do. They operate on too thin of margins. I don't know what it is, why they don't have any money. We're not even 2 weeks in, and they saying they waiting on the government so they can make payroll. That is ridiculous. And be honest with you, I almost wish the government won't give no money. To be honest, I wish they wouldn't give no money to them, because the proper way this thing's supposed to work, this thing's supposed to work like this. If you're a business owner and you don't want to do the proper things to stay in business, you don't want to have 3 to 6 months living expenses or payroll or reserve funds setting aside for when these things happen, because recessions are always going to happen. It ain't just this one time. Something's always going to happen to have a downturn in the market. And if you're not being properly prepared for your business to do that, you need to be pushed out and let some of these other guys who's coming into the business, who's building right, they come over and take over your market share. So what happened, those companies are not doing it right. I wish they don't get be honest, I wish they wouldn't get it, so they could actually fall off. And then the ones who's coming up now, they're the ones supposed to come in and say, hey, I'm going to take over their market share. I'm going to grab their technicians because I'm doing it right, and they supposed to win. But because what happened, the government steps in now and say, hey, I'm going to give you a lifeboat. It lets them to keep it allows them to keep on running their business the same way they've been running their business. And then the next time this thing happened, they'll be looking for a bailout again. And then the person who properly runs their business the right way, they the ones who actually have to keep fighting up the hill and don't get a chance to take over their market share. So the way it's supposed to happen, they're supposed to go out of business. Their technicians go looking for work. You guys who coming through Appliance Boot Camp, you guys supposed to be able to step in through the third-party warranty companies, take their contracts, go in, pick up their technicians, and just say, hey, sorry, you didn't do it. My turn now to get this thing, and I'm gonna see if I can handle it. And that's how it's supposed to work. You're not supposed to step in and give nobody a lifeline. So especially in business, and when we're supposed to be in capitalism, it's supposed to let them. If they didn't plan properly, they supposed to fall off. So all right, so that's the pros and cons with actually doing it through a lead generator. And same thing, if they didn't put no money into building their own websites and learning how to write their own sales copy to bring in their own customers, and they built their businesses totally on top of somebody else bringing them work and stuff. That's the stuff that they supposed to get. And if you don't have a mix, when you first starting off, it's hard to get a mix of 80-20, where you have 80% of cash calls, 20% of warranty work or whatever. But once you're in business 3 or 4 years, you need to start getting off of the warranty company's tit, and you need to start going out killing some on your own. At some point in time, you need to stop drinking that milk and go out there and kill some on your own, and start to have your own customers and stuff that you're bringing in. So what happened? I think those guys, they get relaxed and just they have maybe 80% warranty in third parties, and then have maybe 10-20% of organic stuff that they have. And you can't run a business that way, because what happened, if the third party warranty companies decide, hey, we're going to close down, we ain't going to we ain't going to send no customers out like they done not too long ago. At the very beginning, you might see your business drop off and you done. Versus if you build it on your own and you got your own customers coming in, I don't care if the third party warranty companies cut their phones on or not. People are going to go out and find my business and come to me. Okay. Now with a website, it's a little bit different. With a website, you're going to have to go pay somebody to actually develop your website. And when you do that, when you paying somebody to develop your website, most developers, they are very technical. They know the technical stuff, how to make their website work. They know the algorithms that Google look for. They know all of that stuff. But they don't know your customers. They build websites for any and everybody. But they don't know your customers. So they are depending on you when you come to them to actually tell them who your customers are, and they are depending on you to actually write the sales copy to actually go get those customers. So what happens? They can only like we used to say when I was an engineer, the code is only as good as the engineer. Same thing as the website and your web page. Your web page is only as good as you put it out there. If you're somebody who don't know how to write sales copy, and you don't know who your customers are, it's going to be, I don't care if you got the best developer it is, it's going to be hard for your website to actually convert and bring customers in, because you're not saying any of the, you're not hitting other the key points that customer that you supposed to bring in. Like I always say, you got Roof Chris and you got Golden Corral. The things that turn people to go to Roof, to make people want to get in their car and drive to Roof Chris and pay $80 for a steak, um, is going to be totally different than the things that are making somebody get their family going to Golden Corral and pay $15 for all you can eat steak. And you can't mix the two, because the things that you need to write into your sales copy to make people who going to Golden Corral come into the door, it's going to turn the people off that's going to Roof Chris, and vice versa. The stuff that make the people at going to Roof Chris is going to actually turn off the people going to Golden Corral. And what happened if they actually walk? If you take somebody who goes to Golden Corral and you take them to Roof Chris, they're not gonna like it as soon as they come into the door. They're not gonna like the ambiance. They're not gonna like anything about it. They're gonna complain the whole time. Same thing if I take somebody who go to Roof Chris and we walk into Golden Corral. As soon as we walk in, they're not gonna like it and they're gonna complain the whole time. So that's what the developers, they're gonna be depending on you to actually do this. Now, here go the pros and cons about this. The pros: when you develop your own website, you own the reach, you own the website, and you own the phone number. So all of that's yours. You the total owner of that. And as much money as you put into your website, getting it developed, for them putting the SEO, for them getting your rankings up, all that stuff you get to keep. So at some point in time, if you and your developer, y'all no longer set eye to eye, and you don't want to do business with them anymore, that's no problem. You can just take your website and move to the next developer, and you're not going to lose anything. Your same phone number, your same website, your domain name, all that stuff is going to be staying with you. So you just move on and you're good done. And he got to go build somebody else stuff. He can't take your number. Excuse me. He can't take your phone number, take your website, and actually go sell it to somebody else, because that belongs to you. So you're good. All right. The cons about it: it's going to take more time to actually develop a good website. For you to develop a good website, I've redone my website 3 times. Each time it's taken me anywhere between 3 to 4 months. Actually going back and forth with the developer, actually getting everything just right. Sometimes we would do split tests where he would actually do 2 or 3 different websites that we were thinking about. We'll see which one's getting the most hits. Seeing, it's when you get for a good developer, it takes a while of going back and forth. Excuse me. It take a while of going back and forth to actually get it to where you wanted to convert the right way. And so what happens? It take me 3 to 4 months of actually going back and forth, and we're in the process of doing that now with Appliance Bootcamp. Now that I'm actually up and running and stuff, now we're going back and redoing the website, and we're still going back and forth. We're trying to get everything exactly right. It's not exactly where I wanted it at. Right now, it was just something to put up so people can find us. But in the next 2 to 3 months, I'm gonna have it tuned in and toned up where when I actually go out and start marketing it, it'll actually then start to convert a lot better than what it is. Right now, I'm not getting much conversion off the website because I really don't want nobody seeing the website the way it is. But once we go through and we finish the website and I get all my videos up, then we'll go and we'll start working on that website where I can start pulling people in organically through there. And I won't have to depend so much on YouTube. I can still come out and do YouTube, but my website will actually be out there crawling and working for me too. So I don't have to come out here every Thursday and every Monday. My website will be out there pulling stuff organically too, just like my website does for my appliance repair. The other thing too, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. That's the pros. The cons of doing a website and doing your own SEO. It's gonna take more time. Like I said, it's gonna take a lot more effort for you to do it. It's not something you can just give to somebody and walk away. It's something that you're gonna take hands on and you're gonna work on it, and something you gotta be monitoring all the time. I go out and I look and see how many people are coming to my website every day. That's one of the things I do. I look and see how many hits I'm getting. I'm seeing where they're coming from, what words they type to get in. I'm seeing all that, seeing what days, what time. I'm seeing how long they stayed on it. I'm looking at that. You're gonna monitor your they call it analytics. You're gonna look at your analytics. And Google is send you that. And if you got a good web developer like I do, they'll send me that too once a week or once a month or however you want it. They'll send it to you so you can actually see your analytics. The other thing too, you got to know who your customers are when you start developing your own website. That stuff where you say everybody's my customer. No, you got to figure out who your customers are, and you got to actually then start tailoring your company for those customers. Because you could be the best company in the world. Like I say, Roof Chris can be the best company, can have the best steaks in the world. But if a lot of people from Golden Corral start coming into Roof Chris, they're gonna get bad reviews and stuff because people at Golden Corral not gonna like what they got going on. They're gonna say, "Well, I want buffet. I don't pay that much money. I want buffet." So a bad customer, if the customer and the company don't mix, it causes you to get a lot of bad reviews too. All right, and you're gonna have to have what we call sales copy skills. You're gonna have to learn how to write sales copy. Um, I learned how to write sales copy, kind of like Glenn and Cameron said when he had writing sales. He had like a resale store where he had to write sales copy for his actual resale store. I wrote a lot of sales copy for my actual store that we had when I was reselling the appliances. So the stuff on Craigslist and all that, I had to actually write the sales for that. So I learned how to do that type of sales copy. And then, like I say, my mentor, one of my mentors, he owned car dealerships, and somebody you want to know somebody who can sell, somebody who sell cars. They are some of the best salesmen there are. So he actually showed us how to actually write sales copy and whatnot, and how to the psycho demographics of people, how to actually uh, the different key points and stuff that makes people move. He was really good at telling you how to do that, and so that's how I learned how to do sales copy, and it worked pretty well. A good book that could help you also, it's called Book Yourself Solid by Michael Port. If you go look at that, read that book. That's a book that I read to actually help me with my web pages and help me with a lot of my sales stuff that I'm doing and have done in the past. Book Yourself Solid. If you look at that, that'll help you out too. But yeah, that's what I say. I say if you're gonna spend the money, I say spend the money on building your own website. You want to start off with third-party warranty companies to actually learn the actual trade. Once you learn the trade at third-party warranty companies, then it's gonna get to a point where you need to start learning the business part. When you get ready to go learn the business part, you need to then start reading and re-educating yourself on business, sales, and marketing. And from there, you want to eventually start to move away and stop being so dependent upon third-party warranty companies and start going out getting your own customers and stuff that you're dealing directly with or organically that's coming in. Because the same amount of customers that Home Advisors is getting every day, Service Pro and American Home Shield and stuff, those companies, those customers are actually out on the internet searching, and you can have them actually picking up your website organically, coming directly to you, and then you can do like them, and that's what I do because on my website I'm actually pulling more customers than I need. So what I do, I can sell those extra customers to actual subs and stuff, and that's how I pull it off. All the customers I don't need, but I'm still getting a bunch of them every day. I can do like Home Advisor, I can do like Angie List and all of them. I can actually sell them off to different subs and have those subs go out and do them, and I still collect a little bit of money. And that's pretty much what I do. I'm pretty much what we call lead generator. I'm selling leads, my leads to my subs and you can make a lot of money doing that. And that's the same thing. Like I say, Serve Pro, American Home Shield, and all them doing. They just selling leads. That's all they're doing. All right. So I'm gonna go to the actual chat right now. Read what we got going on in the chat. And then, like I say, today I've been pretty. This whole week I just been tired. This whole week, man. Excuse me. I just been tired this whole week because like I said, I shouldn't have got out here and tried to work. I actually had to work again today to try to catch up. So I'm really tired now. So all right, so I'm gonna read what we got going on. William Gordon, hey, how you doing? Mr. O Fix Agreed, Mike, hey, how you doing? Mike Charles, hey, how you doing? Bright Appliance Repair, what's up, Mike? Hey, how you doing? 89 Dr. Funk, what's up, family? All the fellas in the country suffering in the hurricane. Laugh, man. I saw Ray Allen wanting to do some type of hairline challenge. And I looked at him. I asked my wife, does mine look that bad? She said, yours look worse. So that's why I'm coming now with the hats on and whatnot. But how your family doing? Uh, uh, how your family doing? 89 Dr. Funk. All right. Kevin Roberts, what's up, Mike? Hey, how you doing? Lemonade 77. Abel, what's good, fam? Okay. Grace Griffin, peace, Mike. Hey, how you doing? Jay Real, hey, Mike, how you doing? Okay, Oakford, happy Thursday, Mike. Okay. Mario Gibson, even ABC family. All right. Jay, they got okay. Jay Real is on real time. Okay. BK from the Rockies, hey, how you doing? Okay, y'all was able to hear me. All right, Okafor. Hey, Mike, I completed the online courses and prepping to get started in the field. How can I get your direct number and contact info if I have questions? If you go ahead and email me through the actual Teachable website, I'll give you a contact number you can reach me at. And once you get in the field, just give me a call. Same thing I have to tell everybody. You guys y'all don't like to take no time off. If you work in Saturdays and Sundays, 8, 9 o'clock at night and stuff, I admire that. But I'm not working at 8, 9 o'clock at night on Saturdays and Sundays. And I'm not working 12, 1 o'clock at night, 12 and 1 in the morning during the week. So with those times, if you're gonna reach out to me, you're gonna have to reach out to me 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. And so from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, if you call, I'll pick up and I can help you through. But if y'all gonna be working those third shift hours and those weekend hours, you're gonna have to wait till Monday to actually talk. Okay. Okay. Be careful the rocket. I think all internet connections in the US are working overtime nowadays due to the pandemic. Yeah, they are. They are. They are. All right. Black 1221 2. In the process of signing up with my first vendor, Old Republic. Okay, Old Republic, good, good. They're good people. They're good people. All right. Wheeler Industries. I was wondering about that, Mike. Home Advisors contacted recently saying they have several clients in need of service we provide. Unfortunately, fortunate for me, I'm too busy to take their offer. Yeah, yeah, I'm busy. I no, is it anybody out here who's slow in appliance repair? If you slow, just put where you from, what city you in, and put slow. Because I like to know. Because right here it's crazy. And matter of fact, we had a bit of a hot streak, but it's gonna cool back down for the weekend, and I'm glad it's gonna cool back down. Give me time to catch up because this just been crazy. Yep. If appliances had the virus, we definitely had the vaccine, no doubt. All right, boss man. Oh, fixer, Mike. I'm going to sugarcoat. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'll let you know the things here in Virginia at least have come to a snail's crawl. Old Republic and Huron are the only ones keeping us afloat. Okay, there you go. All right, sorry to hear that. Now is a good time, Mr. O. You actually able to go out and do cash calls. Now, while it slowed down a little bit, now is the time while you got a little time to build that website and actually get out there and let people know that they're coming to you. Because what happened, the third party warranty companies might say, hey, because I saw them send out some emails talking about going to somebody's house and you've been exposed or when your technician's been exposed. And I'm thinking it ain't gonna be long before they're gonna say, no, I'm scared of a lawsuit. I'm gonna shut it down and I ain't gonna send nobody to nobody's house. So you might be running where they might be actually throttling it back. Because what happened, appliances don't care if it's a government shutdown going on. They're gonna continue to break. So they might be throttling it back, but now would be a good time for you to actually start putting some money to building your own website so you can actually then start to build it up. But that's the other thing too about being a small operation at this time. It don't take that much for you to actually survive. So one or two calls a day, you might be you used to doing 4 or 5, but if you're doing one, maybe two calls a day, that's still anywhere between $250 to $500. That's good money. That's enough to make it. And so you still will be okay to get past this, and you'll work out fine. And that was one of the things the company, not companies, but a lot of countries and a lot of cities used to do back in the days. They figure out when the Roman soldiers was coming in to invade them, they realized they couldn't beat the Roman soldiers in a fight. Their army was just too tough. So when they found out that they were on their way, what they would do, they would burn the city, burn all their crops, burn all their food and stuff, and they'll just leave and go in the woods because what they say, hey, for me to feed me and my family, I ain't need to catch but one or two rabbits, and I'll be okay for me to survive. But if you got 10, 15,000 people sitting here that you got to provide water and food for every day, it won't be long before they starve out and leave. It's just say, hey, it ain't worth it. We ain't got no supplies here, and they keep moving. So they figure out they can actually burn their crops, burn their food, burn the town down, leave, and just live out in the woods for a little while. That's kind of what you're gonna have to do now. If you're just starting out, just be happy, take one or two stops a day, and that's enough to make it. It's the people who got 20 and 30 technicians out there. They the ones who gonna have to be out here and trying to pull work out and doing any and everything. You can make it pulling your one or two. Okay. There we go. Wealth creation, brother Mike, you're on fire. Okay, how you doing? Thanks. How you doing? Thank you for sharing. You welcome. Okay. All right, they're reaching out to Mr. O. Kurt, what's up, AV family? Hey, how you doing, Slick? Ivan Thomas, is a landing page good to use? Yeah, you got to have a landing page. A landing page, that's the first thing people see. So yeah, you got to have a landing page where they come in because what happened? It used to be when I was first doing my websites, people actually they went on the computer to actually find you. So and people will actually read, and on the computer you had a lot bigger real estate where you can actually place ads and pictures, and you can actually you can go a little bit more detail in your words, but people actually sit there and read the stuff. Well, now everybody on their cell phone, and all you got now they just swiping. So a swipe, everything move real fast. So you got to have something that really pops off. You got to design your website now for people who are going to be on. You got to have almost two websites. One for when they on a computer, tablet, when it's bigger, and you're gonna have one when they on some type of mobile device and they start to swipe because you want something that's gonna pop out real quick because you only got now a couple of seconds to get their attention. And if you don't grab their attention right then and there, they're just gonna hit their thumb and keep going. And also too, a lot of people it's crazy. People know about where your thumb goes when you swiping the web, when you swiping. So you want places, and they know they can your phone and even your monitors. Believe it or not, they had like back in the days when I was doing my last web page, they actually have infrared where they can tell where your eyes go and where your thumb is going and where your eyes are at. And then you can actually place your pictures and place words and stuff where people are actually going to look at them more readily. And so all that stuff was going. And if you're somebody who wants to know before you go um, actually go out and start looking for actual web developer and stuff. It used to be, I'm pretty sure they still have it. It's something called meetup.com. Go to meetup.com and type in SEO mastermind. Usually in every city, they have SEO mastermind groups, kind of like we do an appliance boot camp where we get together, we talk about appliance repair amongst each other. Usually it's a group of SEO marketers that get together maybe once a week, once a month, and they sit down, they talk about the different marketing strategies, the different changes in the Google algorithms. You just show up, you just pay for your dinner, you sit down, and that's what I've done. Starting off, I would go there, sit down, and give them my web page and let them show me, and they'll build it for free. And that's how I kind of learned. I would do that, and they'll build it for free because that's what they do, and they just helping me get leads and showing me how to bring people in. And then once I done mines for a while, but then it got to the point where if you're going to do SEO, that's a full-time job. So now I just use a company and I let them do everything and they monitor it. So now I'm pretty much, that's been maybe 8 years since I even done anything with my website, far as me doing something. But my SEO guy does something all the time. And I pay him like $49 a month. And he does, he keep up with everything. And that's a lot easier for me than me trying to keep up with it. Okay, Ivan Thomas. Okay, there you go. Maurice Anderson. You can use Wix for your website. Also, you can tell them to put Google Analytics to track your customers. Okay, all right. So I don't know about Wix, but do you own the domain name and the traffic, or are people coming to Wix and then they are they coming to Wix and then they forwarding them over to your place, or are they coming to Wix and then they giving them your stuff? I don't want Wix pulling people. I want my website to pull people. I don't want to be paying Wix to pull. And then when I stop using Wix, they plug the next appliance repair company in. DCNF appliance repair. What's going on, Mike? Hey, how you doing, DCNF? All right. And he want to know what's going on, ABC. Okay. All right. Yeah, please hit the like and share button. Okay, they got some networking going on. Triple R appliance repair, you're buffering again. Okay, yeah. Let me see. I'm still up and going. Yeah, the websites are actually, especially with Zoom, it's actually whatchamacallit. It's buffering pretty bad. People getting on, and I'm starting to see now people actually starting to come on about this time. A lot of YouTubers starting to come on at about 8 o'clock and stuff. And so I think Zoom is just getting pushed so far down. All right. All right, Marius Anderson, everything is automated now. You don't need a developer for your website. Okay. I don't know. Like I say, I use a developer because I don't, like I say, I don't know all the tricks and stuff that comes with Google. Now you come. Let me get this. Let me get this right now. You can whatchamacallit. You can build no, anybody can build a website. My 16-year-old daughter could build a beautiful looking website, and it'll look marvelous, and it'll actually operate. But will it convert? No, I want somebody who's going to build me a website who's going to pull customers in. It's a lot going on behind the scenes that unless you keeping up with the different, because Google changes the algorithms daily. Because it used to be you could trick it and where you actually came up in the rankings, in the top rankings all the time. But they don't do that. They actually now get it so you can't trick it. So they work hard to make sure people can't manipulate the system. And to do that, you gotta have somebody who's constantly making those changes all the time, keeping your website up and going. So it's more than just making a website. You gotta be able to know the back end to keep your rankings up and keep people coming. Because I can tell sometimes when my website, I'm not getting a lot of calls coming through, and then I get an email from my actual guy who does my hosting and does my SEO. He'll give me an email and he'll tell me, hey, Google changed this right here. We now made the changes to your website. No, you should be seeing more people coming. And believe it or not, I start seeing calls picking back up from it when he makes those changes. So, all right. Okay, Maurice Anderson, maybe for a SaaS application. Okay. All right. They got some networking going on. Donnie Madden, what's up, Mike? ABC fan. I hope everyone's doing fine. Okay, wealth creation. Website is the best investment for provided content without any restriction. There you go. There you go. DCNF appliance repair. Okay, they got some networking going on. Networking going on. Okay, wealth creation. Content is king. Analysis of keywords and effective call to action, which sends them to the sales letter and email campaign. Yeah, no doubt. That's the thing too. I think that got to be Miss Ward in there giving that information. And it's busy out here in appliance repair. Miss Ward was out running service calls today. She called me today. I was surprised she was out running service calls. She said all her guys were busy, and she had some preferred customers that she would need to get out to, and she actually went out and ran service calls. So I really like that. That was good. But yeah, like she said, you got to have call to actions. And what you mean by call to action? Like when you're doing your web page, you have to tell them what to do. Click here to go schedule your appointment. call now. You got to tell them what to do. You just can't tell them this is what I want. You got to have something to make them actually do it. Click here, call now, register right now. You got to tell them exactly what you want them to do and walk them through it. Yeah, that's correct. And you got to do sales letter and email campaigns. That's another thing too. If you're doing something where you actually you need to capture their email address on my website, I used to have them sign up for my. I used to do like I used to do a monthly newsletter. I used to send out through email, and they could sign up for my email campaign where the newsletter, and I'll send that out. And anytime somebody schedule on the online, I would capture their email address, and all those people will actually get my actual newsletter. So in my newsletter, that's why I used to send out my dryer vent cleaning. So I have thousands of emails from all my service calls, and I'll actually send an email blast out and send them say, hey, we got a special going on for dryer vent cleaning. So with that time, say like now, like Mr. O say, his time was it gotten a little bit of a dip in the service calls. I would actually send that, and I actually tell them, hey, I got service, I got a dryer vent cleaning, and you kind of like what I do here now, with Appliance Boot Camp. Like now, I got the garage door training coming out, course training coming out. So what I do, I come on and I tell people, hey, I got the garage door training coming out. I want to pre-sell it. So I tell them they only can get it up until a certain amount of a certain date at this price. After that date, the price is going to change, or some type of offer is going to change. So what happened? That forces people. If you missing your sales numbers, and you need to pull people into that month, like if my sales are down for this month, it's my job as the business owner to make sure I hit my sales goals every month. So if I'm missing my sales goals, I can't just sit here and say, hey, nobody's signing up for Appliance Boot Camp. The coronavirus is got people scared and shook to come here. People don't want to sign up because they don't know when they're going to be able to come to the live events. So now my job as the actual business owner or the VP of marketing, I'll say that I'm actually the VP of marketing. So my job right now is to say, okay, you might was going to push off that garage door course for a little bit, but you can't push it off now. You got to bring that stuff up here quicker now and get a sales going on, so you can actually now hit the numbers that you need to hit again in actually April. So what happened? I need to get a bunch of sales in April so that my numbers will stay constant. And that's what I'm doing now. Why I got to bring the garage doors in and give you all a certain date of when it's going to come. It's going to come in the 20th. So that give me from now to 20th to pre-sell it. And I'm only going to give just a little bit looks leading up to it. You give just a little bit of looks and tell everybody, hey, here goes coming, here what's coming. And you build up the intents of it coming. Kind of like somebody doing a CD, going to drop an album. They say, Dr. Dre gonna drop that new Aftermath album. When is it coming? You say, oh, it's coming April the 20th. So you say, okay, man, I can't wait to April the 20th to come. So what happened? He don't just drop the album April the 20th. He gonna drop a single and see if that single sells. That single sells, and he get enough push to make his numbers. Then he gonna push his album out a little further. He said, okay, I made those numbers for that month. I'm gonna push that album out a little further. Then when his sales start, the interest and the peaks start to drop off, he sends out another single, and then that starts to take off and pushes it. And people are waiting for it. You keep building it up, and he milks it for every little bit he can and getting people in. And then eventually, once he figures he's hit his numbers and he's hit his target where he needs to make, then he'll go release the whole album. Otherwise, he's not going to do it. And that's the same thing. You have to know how to do that type of sales stuff as a business owner. And that's what I'm doing with Appliance Boot Camp. I'm actually saying, okay, I got stuff I got to keep adding to it to keep the sales going. I just can't sit here and let coronavirus kill my sales. I got to be out and getting out in front of it and say, okay, I got to get the garage doors in and sell that. Then after the garage door, I got 2 or 3 other things that I got to pull in for the next couple of months to get past this corona. Once I get past the corona and I can get back to the live events, I'm back in my element. I'm good. But to get me past the corona, I can't just sit here and wait on no government stimulus. I got to write my own stimulus check. And that's why I'm doing the garage doors quicker now. And I got some other stuff I'm going to bring up quicker that I can actually give to you all now. And then on the back end, sell something else, or have other stuff that I got to sell. And that's what I have to do. And that's the way business works. All right. Uh, Josh Young, I was a full-time web developer before I started my appliance repair business. I'm blessed that I can do it myself, but I studied night and day to learn it. I like appliance repair a lot more. Okay, there you go, Josh Young. Good. So Josh will tell you he hasn't studied night and day. There ain't something easy anybody can do. There's a lot behind it, but that's good. If you can do that, Josh, you can pull out. You can what you call. You can pull out. You can pull. You can go. You're gonna be good because you're gonna be able to pull a lot of calls from people. And the other people don't know the tricks and stuff. You can do it yourself. You're gonna save a lot of money. All right. Wealth creation. Okay. Yeah. Book Yourself Solid. That's a good book. All right. Yep. There you go, Michael Porter. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Wealth creation. Read that book. It'll tell you how to do everything. Direct marketing. How to do. It tells you how to do all this cheap stuff to get your to book yourself solid. And that's exactly what happens. It books yourself solid, where you actually now don't have to worry about calls or anything. And you create a red. What it makes you do create a red velvet rope to get in. You know, like kind of like Studio 54 back in the day. They wouldn't just let anybody come into the club, and they had people waiting there days trying to get in. But you got to be the same way with your business. You got to only allow certain people into it. You got to know who those people need to come in. Yep, you can get that book on Amazon. Yeah, DCNF, the middleman. Yep, you got to get to the point where you got to say, forget them. Steve Paddle, what books for business do you recommend, Mike? That's going to be coming a little later. I'm glad you done that. We actually putting a bookstore up front. I got some of the books here already. So I'm gonna actually start having a bundle of books that you can get through Amazon or through myself or whoever. I'm gonna have a bundle that I'm gonna recommend. But we'll get the bookstore coming up front, and I'm gonna have my books that I recommend for everything. You can be able to get them as a bundle and whatnot. All right, double AJW. Oh wow, we got a lot of stuff going on. Let me catch this up. A lot of stuff going on in the chat. I want to thank all 65 people for watching also. Okay. Wow. Okay. It's not buffering now. All of y'all popped up. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Hey, how you doing, AJWS? Okay. All right. Wealth creation. Kirk, create a membership training website and a one-time offer upgrade, receiving residual income via membership. There you go. All right. Mr. Wealth Creation giving y'all all the game. Ofix RV Mike, I'm paying a local company $1,500 for development of my appliance website once he's done cash. Calls Ofix. Okay, we'll be on my way. There you go. There you go. And I like I say, my developer, I think it's about maybe $700-800 he charged me for mine. It might be a little bit more, but then I pay him like $49 a month like that. But he's done so many of them for me. He do all my upgrades. So I don't think that's bad and out the way. You can get them done a lot cheaper, but you want somebody who knows what they're doing and somebody who's going to generate calls and get your phone to ring. All right. Systems run marketing campaigns. There you go. All right. Michael Campbell. Hey, Mike. All right. Brian Clark. What's up, Mike? Detroit in the house. Hey, how you doing, Brian? All right. Hey, how you doing, Floyd? Okay, hey, now Dr. Funk, family is doing great. They are recovering from the virus. Brother, girlfriend is healed. Thank God. Okay, congrats, man. I'm so glad that happened, man. Glad to hear that. Okay, Art Austin. Mike got Big Red office. Yeah, that's gonna be like Big Red from 5 Heartbeats, 9 to 5. Yeah, come to the office. That's what I have to do. All right, Florida. All right, you're good. Ivan Thomas. The book has 2 editions. Which one you want? I want you to get Book Yourself Solid. Not the other one is book Beyond Book Yourself Solid. Don't get that one. Get the first one. The second one, I read the second one. It's okay, but it's too much, a little too elementary for me. He had too many pictures and stuff going on in the second one for me. I like the first one. The first one is what I use. Bright Appliance Repairs. I'm busy really but I'm ready to get my website SEO together. I made my own site. Okay, there you go. All right. Mike, all the other website companies in my area wanted around $5,000, $20,000 and up. So my local website designer advised me he's going to give me a good deal. Okay, there you go. All right, learn WordPress. Okay, Bright Appliance Repair. I'm doing 6 calls a day in Michigan. Okay, there you go. And want more dryer vent cleaning. Okay, there you go. 6 calls a day is good. That's really good. He's in Dearborn Heights. Okay. All right, how you doing? Scope Appliance Repair in the house. Okay. Okay, DCNL said we are steady right now, and we are enjoying it because we get too really focused on all aspects. So we get to really focus on all aspects, and that's what you do in the downtown. Like now, it was good. It's kind of like the guys who run races and cars and stuff. You take your car out to the track and you run it real hard for a little bit, and then when you pull it back in the pits and you get to take it home and fix and fine tune the stuff that actually was having some problems. And that's what you do your business. Right now, we got a quick hit with the virus and stuff, and now the temperature is going to drop again. And hopefully, with Easter and all that, it might slow down for maybe a few days. But that gives us time to actually go back and look at our business, fine tune it, and get ready because the busy time hasn't hit yet. When these temperatures get into the 90s and stay that way, you think those refrigerators, those LGs and Samsungs dropping now? Just wait. Okay, Florida say I'm thinking about going full time. I just made $1,200. Okay, way to go, man. Way to go. Bright Appliance. I promise I've been doing a lot of dryer vents. Yeah, you are because the dryer vents are not clean good and they running the dryer all the time. Brian Clark, any good insurance companies there are affordable we can use for entrance into the warranty company? Unfortunately, most of the insurance companies can't cross state lines, and there's too many variables. They do credit and all that, so there's too many variables to actually go through. I just say find you a local independent one in your neighbor in your community and go to them. They can shop you around to any and everybody for the best price. Don't go to like the state farms, nationwide and stuff like that. They're gonna only be able to give you their products. Clint Jackson, somewhat slow in St. Louis. I just signed up with AHS a couple of days ago, so it may be because I'm just starting with them. Okay, all right, all right. Yeah, we got 63 watching. Thank all of y'all for watching. DW Mike on with Cinch, AHS, Old Republic, and it's slow in Northern Virginia. All right, Northern Virginia, that's going to be, you're going to be up there near a lot of government people and stuff. That's somewhat liberal, believe it or not, in Northern Virginia. So those people, because they with the government and all that, they probably are going to be listening and staying in. Double AJWS. Anyone in Texas look for work? Hit me up. Okay. It's like he got work for y'all. All right. Okay. Oh, fix, Mike, I applied for the government forgiveness loan for 10,000 just in case. I hope you don't mind. Since your business partner said it's free money, why not go for it? Yeah, I I applied too just to see if it do. If it hit, I hope it do give it to me, but I ain't dependent upon it. I was looking at a post on Facebook in Appliance Pro Talk. I think that's the name of the group. But people were upset because they thought they were gonna get the money today. They thought they were gonna get the money today to make payroll and stuff like that, and I couldn't believe it. Truth, when making a landing page for online use, I recommend that you base it off a cell phone since people mainly use their cell phone nowadays. There you go. Okay. Okay. Mike Campbell. Uh, Mike Campbell said, okay. I'm building my own site, Mike. I have a degree in graphic design and web design. Okay, there you go. Have you ever built one before though? You ever built one to actually convert and grab leads? Oh, fix it. Mike, when receiving referrals from cash calls, should I quote price over the phone or should I schedule an appointment to get paid diagnostic fee? I just tell them, because I don't know what it is when I get there, I just tell them it's $85 for us to come out. And if you decide they have to repair, the $85 is credited towards the final cost. That's all you got to tell them because you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. before you get there. So I just tell them it's $85 to come out, and the service fee is credited towards the final cost. Okay. Um, okay, you pay for the domain. Okay, there you go. All right. Marcus Anderson, they got some networking going on. Marcus Anderson, also you pay for the SSL certificate as well. Okay. How's it converting for you? William Gordon will know anybody here build sites. Some people say they do. William. Okay, HTML secure. Okay, all right. Kurtz, we have to get a dedicated parts supplier, website developer, accountant, and phone support. No doubt. I was going to say that too, especially. Thanks for bringing that up, Slick. I'm going. I'm gonna be doing the Google QuickBooks. Not I said Google QuickBooks. Good Lord, I'll be doing QuickBooks, and I would like to know if we have a accountant inside our group. I have my accountants, but I would much rather if we have an accountant inside our network to use one of those. Or this would be a good time if somebody has a son or a daughter that's heading out to college, and they're very good in math, and they have the capacity, you think, to be able to go through accounting and go out and get a CPA license. This might be a good time for to step up and say, hey, my daughter or my son is willing to go to school to get an accounting degree and become a CPA, and if y'all be willing to help support her once she get out, or even if they come on and we can talk to them and stuff, I might even be willing to help pay some money towards it to get her there. I've been trying to find somebody in my family to do it, but if you look, we got all these people. I'd much rather somebody from Appliance Boot Camp family got a offspring that's looking to do something, and we say, hey, once they get up and going and they provide good quality work, they could do our accounting and stuff for us, and we can stick with them. But yeah, same thing. We do need a part supplier, website developer, and somebody maybe who's looking to maybe set up some type of phone support or some type of answering service. Okay. All right. Here we go. There you go. The sale ends 420 if you want to get into the garage doors. If you're not grandfathered in, and everybody who's grandfathered in that has emailed me, you're not going to see the course until after 420. Once I'm done with the course, it'll automatically pop up in your Teachable. Maurice Anderson, Mike, do you use a virtual assistant? I have in the past. Now I don't. Like I say, I don't go out and do as many calls as I used to do. I'm in the process of transferring everything over to my nephew, as far as the service end of it. So I don't do that. I'm gonna have somebody actually come in and actually answer the phone and answer y'all emails and stuff once this virus stuff is over with for Appliance Boot Camp. I have somebody do that to be able to help you all as far as registering, helping y'all get y'all travel stuff here, and answering how much you charge per hour. I teach them $85 per hour. So when I get those emails come through, those phone calls, they'll know how to do that. But but I have had virtual assistants in the past, and I've used local young ladies. I've used my nieces, daughters, sister-in-laws, or whatever young lady when she got to be about in the sixth grade was in my family. That was my virtual assistant. I've done it overseas in the Philippines for a while, but then I decided I could teach my family, the young ladies in my family, by the time they got to middle school, I could teach them how to actually do it, and it's real easy with the phone systems nowadays. I All I have to do is just give them actual. I could do it two ways. I can give them like a station they could plug in and go to. If they had internet access, I would give them that, and they could actually just plug in their phone into their internet, and it'll ring just like if there's in the office. And they could put it when they won't work, and they could put it on do not disturb, and it wouldn't ring. And my family who lived out in the country, where the internet access wasn't really good, I could just give them a cell phone and just and forward the calls to that cell phone. But it worked out good. It worked out good. And they answer the phone, and that's how they work during the summer, and that's how they work during college. And when they're in college, in between classes, they'll turn their phone on, answer. They'll order my parts. They'll put my work orders in. They'll submit my work orders. They'll get authorization. They will do all of that. JT, thanks, Mike, for the encouragement. I successfully completed that board level repair. Okay, way to go, man. That's good. That's good. Neil Ballard, scope appliance repair, checking in. Okay. Clint Jackson, appliance repair man got a lot off work. There's pros and cons, but a good company to work. Uh, let's see. Let me get back here. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Clint Jackson. Appliance repairman got a lot of work. It's pros and cons, but a good company to have in your back pocket. Okay. That's the one where Roxanne came on and actually what we call it, done the came in and done the interview. Yeah, I have no problem with third party with going through lead generators. If you're somebody who don't want to actually put the time in to actually build your website, a lot of people just don't want to do it. If you don't want to put the time in to build your website, and you much rather somebody else do it, and you form a good relationship with them, you can do that. But just know once that if that relationship ever goes sour, um, uh, those calls and stuff are theirs. Okay. Mike said he's built some in the past for past clients. Okay, there you go. Okay, Kirk says that's Slick. Says his daughter is starting A&T accounting this year. Okay, there you go, Slick. We need to talk more about that, Slick. We definitely need to talk more about that, and especially not this month, but probably next month. When I started putting the QuickBooks on, I definitely, if she's interested, we definitely can sit down and talk about that. Okay. Wheeler Industries LLC. When the process of building a website finally. I built an escape room a few years ago, and I seen that in the months we didn't have a website compared to when we did. The money grew substantially. There you go. Yeah. Escape rooms. Yeah, they used to have a bunch of those. Not a bunch of them. They was building them around here. They were doing pretty good. Okay. All right. Scapali's appliance repair. Mike, big shout out from the Bay Area. Salute, big dog. Okay, good, man. Tone Capone. I just went on my first service calls yesterday and today. Made a little over $700 in 2 days. I haven't been into the boot camp yet, but I will because I need it. Okay, thanks, man. That's good, man. Way to go, Tone Capone. All right. All right. Mike Charles. How far is that from Kathy? I don't know what's Kathy. You have to put that. Okay, that's somebody talking. They got networking going on. Okay, all right. Okay, old boy Dread. Thank you, Mike, and everyone from ABC Family on these live streams. Okay, and Slick say he's coming through tomorrow. Okay, call me before you come, Slick, because I'm dead tired, man. I might be here tomorrow. I might not. Call me before you come because I'm thinking about actually taking a little bit of time off tomorrow because I'm tired. I am tired. But right now we're at 9 o'clock, and like I said, I'm trying to keep them at an hour long. These live feeds. We'll be back Monday. On Monday, we're gonna have the actual call-in show again. We're gonna do the call-in show until this little virus thing start to actually subside and people actually start to slow down. I can get more people back on. We'll go back to doing some motivational Mondays, and we'll probably swap it, kind of keep swapping them out. Do some live calls, some motivational Mondays because the live calls, people seem to like them, and it's really motivating too. For people who normally might not do the actual motivational Monday, they get to call in, and I really appreciate that. All right. Uh, okay. Uh, let's see here. Walter Simmons. Mike, good to see you post on Appliance Pro. Okay, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I go there from time to time. That's good. There goes Slick. I will wait because I'm tired too. Yeah, matter of fact, Slick, just come next week, man. Come next week because I'm telling you, if you come tomorrow, I hate for you to head this way, and if I do come up here, I might get to the point where I just say forget it and go back home. And I don't have to be forced to sit up here and wait for you to come. I hate for you to make a trip, but come Monday, any day next week. Cause I think I'm gonna take me a Good Friday. I'm gonna take Good Friday off and probably work on my yard and relax a little bit tomorrow. Or I'll probably just sleep in and just get up here when I get up here. But once again, thank everybody for tuning in. If you haven't already, go over to Appliance Bootcamp. And this is one of the things that I miss. Wealth Creation is telling you all you got to do like a call to action. This is my call to action. If you haven't already, go to Appliance Bootcamp, sign up for one of our courses. Right now, we're not doing the live on hands event until this actual virus goes away. But you can actually take the online courses. The online courses will tell you everything you need to do to actually start your own appliance repair business, dryer vent cleaning business, uh, blender repair business, and we're bringing in the garage doors and openers business. If you the garage doors openers, the courses are not up yet. We're in the process of actually putting them together right now. They'll be up by the 20th of this month. You can pre-order those for $250. And with that, I'm going to show you everything you need to know how to start your own garage door and opener installation and repair business. I'm going to show you exactly how I've done it with the appliance repair, how you can go out and actually market it, how you can get contracts, how you actually bill out everything. And like I say, with this right here, I done this during the worst time I thought ever. .com burst where I was dead broke. I didn't have a job. I had just built a new house, just just got married, and just had a son. And me doing garage doors, appliance repair, and electrical actually pulled me out where um, I actually couldn't even tell that it was a recession anymore. And then I went through the Great Recession, just doing appliance repair, and during the Great Recession doing appliance repair. I didn't even know it was a recession, and here I am now doing the worldwide pandemic doing appliance repair, and I don't even know it that it is. It's at the point now where people getting laid off, where you hearing the appliance repair guys coming from appliance boot camp. We say, hey man, we tired. We taking a break. They don't work us to death these last couple of weeks. I mean, these last couple of weeks has been crazy, and I know it's bad today. When the two young guys is helping me in here, and my phone just kept ringing to the point where the last time it rang, I went what they say postal, where I just started hollering and cursing. I wanted the phone to just stop ringing. I was just so tired of the phone just ringing. It got to the point just the ringing of the phone just set me off. And I'll tell you, it's gonna happen like that in appliance repair. When you get to a point where nonstop, every second, as soon as you look, the phone is ringing. People are saying, here it is, it's Thursday. So they call and they say, how soon can you get to my house? And I'm telling them right now, it's gonna be either Wednesday, it's gonna be Tuesday. It's Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But I'll tell them Tuesday and Wednesday because I make it seem like it's a little closer. And when I tell them that, the first thing they say, you can't come quicker. And what happened, you start to hear that so much, and then you ask them what's wrong. My ice maker is not working, or they'll say, I can't get my water dispenser is not working. And you're thinking, no, here it is, a virus, and people are supposed to be dying, and this person is pushing you mad because they can't get ice out. You feel like, well, just get your ice tray, put it in there. But you start to hear that, and you're trying to explain to people. Then you're trying to rearrange your schedule. It just get to the point where sometimes that's when I know I need to take a break. And sometimes that's when I know it's time for my daughter to start back working, because when it get busy during the summertime, I don't need to be on the phone because I get irritated. But you somebody who does customer service, like my daughters and young ladies, the girls are a little bit more sensitive to that. So that's why I used to make my nieces and sister-in-laws and my daughters do it, because when they hear that lady, my daughter, she'll say, well, let me see if I can get somebody there quicker. And she might try to call some of the subs and see if they can see if they're in the area and try to get them on. And even if she can't, because she actually does that, the customer likes it and say she's trying, and she sympathizes with them. Versus me, I say, hey, you want it, let's go. Otherwise, I gotta get back to doing what I'm doing. And believe it or not, it'll come off on the customers can tell that over the phone. Because sometimes when I answer the phone during the summertime, the subs will say, did you talk to that customer before I got there? I was like, yeah, man, I told you don't you talk to her, because what happened, I bring the customer up here because of the way, because of me. Versus if they can tell when my daughter talk when they get there, regardless of what the problem is, the customer is already at a level where they're understandable, and they're easier for the technician. The technician don't have to actually bring them down a notch. So I know it's time for me to actually get off the phone and let my daughter start answering the phone. This is about the time they start getting out of school anyway, because today, about 3:30, 4 o'clock, I was looking at the clock, said, please let 5 o'clock get here so I can turn this phone off. And it got to the point where I just exploded one time. And I said, yeah, you can't do that. So, but yeah, see, there go Kirk. Kirk said the same thing. That pisses him off. And let's see, I think DCNL say so true. Yeah, same thing, man. You get to the phone point where that phone just keep ringing, ringing, ringing. Just the ringing of that tone. Honestly, I'm telling you, this summer when those refrigerators start going and you book 2 or 3 days out, and people are, you can't come quicker, I'm gonna call somebody else, or I'm gonna call third party warranty company and tell them you can't service it. You within your guidelines, but they just want it right now. They want it right now, to the point where it just get to the point where if you're not careful, it'll make you explode, and you'll just go off. And we used to say it back in the days going postal, when people used to work at the post office, when before email and stuff. You remember back in the days when I was growing up, every time you turn on the news, somebody at the post office was doing something crazy. They done went off and beat somebody up, or shot somebody, or stabbed somebody, because whatchamacall, when it used to be at the post office, all the mail came through there. There wasn't no email. And no matter how much work you done, when you got there the next day, it was that much more work waiting for you. So people will just say, man, they just go crazy because of the work. Well, appliance repair will make you go postal too if you're not careful. And yeah, that's the thing. I need a vacation, 89 Dr. Funk, because what happened is it's the end of the quarter, and this normally when we would take a vacation, and we can't take a vacation, and we've been staying on top of each other in the house too. So that's that's added stuff of your family. Everybody's stuck on top of each other, not going nowhere. So it's at the point now where I might need to take a vacation and sleep down here for a couple of days, give everybody a break. But once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you haven't already, go to appliancebootcamp.com, sign up for our course, and I'll see y'all on Monday night. Thank you again for tuning in.